Good evening, this is the Oscar Expert here with Brother Bro, and it's time to review Hitman, the new Richard Linklater film. This is a film about a professor who, as a part-time gig, pretends to be a hitman, working with the police to catch people who are trying to hire somebody to kill somebody. And I feel like I don't want to say more about where it goes from there. Not only is Glenn Powell the lead here, but he's also a producer and a co-writer with Richard Linklater on this project. And this is just an excellent move for him after Top Gun Maverick to pivot so quickly and show people that not only can you be a charismatic lead in a blockbusting film, but you can also do something like Hitman, which shows huge versatility for him in terms of comedic range, dramatic range. And I feel like after this move, there's nothing that we can say Glenn Powell can't do. He also gets to be very charming and sexy in this film. And the other star-making performance here is Adria Arjona. And these two have a palpable and fiery chemistry. This film is a delicious swirl of Linklater philosophy, of neo-noir, comedy, and thrills. And it's absolutely a highlight and a standout of Richard Linklater's filmography. This movie is just a really good time. It is full of laughs, it's very clever, the plot goes in unexpected and twisty directions. It never lingers in one place for too long, it never overstays its welcome. It also has a very light feeling like a lot of Linklater's films. Yeah. Sometimes movies build stakes to the point where I feel anxiety and it's actually a negative emotion, but Linklater's films just have that chill, relaxed, kicked back feeling to it. It's just a blast. I actually cannot imagine any person not liking it. And while I expected this movie to be mostly just a good time, there is just enough of that Linklater sort of philosophy, as you were saying, that makes it just a little more worthwhile than it may have normally been. Not that it is his deepest movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it does tie into his works though. It ties into some themes that he likes to explore. And it's surprising that that's injected into a movie like this, but it was very welcome. Can't be overstated how fun the lead performance from Glenn Powell is here. A big plot point of this film is that he adapts his personality to whoever is hiring the assassin. So he'll wear different teeth, he'll have a different hairstyle, he'll have a different voice. And with Glenn Powell as a writer on the film, I can only imagine that this is him saying, I want to have the most fun as an actor that I can possibly have. Just a joy from start to finish. I really have no notes for this movie. I like how it's a movie that feels like you can empty your head and forget about your troubles while also thinking about it at the same time. It's something that other filmmakers can't give you in the same way that Linklater does here. I didn't find it to be like the absolute biggest hoot that I've ever seen, which I'm only saying because it sounded like some of the screenings at Venice and maybe some of the public screenings at TIFF did go down that way. I would give the movie an 8 out of 10. I would give this a very high 8 out of 10. Been a little bit of awards buzz on this. Some people are like, look, Glenn Powell, you gotta get him in the Best Actor conversation, and I agree that he's somewhat worthy of being in the conversation. I think it will probably translate just to a Golden Globe nomination, which he should be guaranteed to get, just about guaranteed. If the film hits at the box office, which honestly is not impossible, I could see him squeezing into a very crowded field. It may very well come out next spring. I think screenplay could happen for adapted screenplay. That's a hard maybe to me. I was actually more convinced based on the first reactions that I saw, but then I was like, I mean, it is like a comedy. Well, for screenplay, The Disaster Artist is a good comparison. Well, yeah, if it was that weak of a field, sure. But it could have a slot there. Yeah, maybe. It's a maybe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Who would you like to assassinate?